Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Markiplier, your WYW General Manager. I'm here to give you guys a bit of a PSA before this podcast begins. There was only room for really one commercial break because Ian, in this podcast interview with Casey, was so short and to the point with every single question. In fact, he even answered some of the questions that were going to be answered quickly. So that means there will only be one off-the-books bumper and one commercial break. With that being said, I hope you enjoy the podcast, and I will see you at Immortal. Bye-bye!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and WYW faithful, welcome to WYW Off the Books. The only podcast which delves into the minds of our athletes before an upcoming mega event. Now here is your host, the Wrestling Encyclopedia, CAW.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to WYW Off the Books. I'm the Wrestling Encyclopedia, Casey Gallagher, and it's time once again to dive into the minds of our athletes to see what makes them tick with Immortal on the horizon. With that in mind, my guest at this time is one of the most unpredictable people in the company at present. One of the original 8 personalities that got WYW off the ground, and a veteran of 4 test matches, including a Table from Hell and Full Metal Mayhem. He has proven himself more than capable within the squared circle, and he will compete in a triple threat Table from Hell match against J-Bonez and Nick Switchblade at Immortal. Please welcome today's guest, the Wildcard, Ian Lancaster.
Scared you, didn't I?
A little, I'm not going to lie.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be tonight's entertainment.
Oh man, this is unnerving and awesome at the same time. First things first, Immortal is upon us. What does it mean to you to finally be able to compete at a super show of this magnitude in front of an audience the size of what we're about to get?
Well, I'll put it this way for you. It's my audience, it's my show. They're only here really to see me. It's all about me, you know. I'm fucking with you. It is. It's that feeling you get when you drive a knife real slow into someone's flesh, and you get that twinge of satisfaction, we'll call it. This is the part where you talk.
Okay then, now that we've got that out of the way, as with a surprising amount of people in WYW, we know surprisingly little about your backstory. If you don't want to answer, that's fine, I can totally understand, but is there any way you could discuss your early days? Like some of the things that made you who you are today?
Well, when it comes to my backstory, I figure, why have one if I'm going to have a backstory? I'd rather it be multiple choice.
Why does that not surprise me?
Because I'm a dick.
Very honest, this man, at the very least.
You got that right, Bippy.
Bippy. I haven't heard Bippy in a while. So with that being said, who was your trainer? Who trained you in the ways of the squared circle, the combative arts?
Trainer? You think someone told me how to fight? I taught myself. I taught myself every single thing I know. All of it. Every single brutal tactic I have came from my little mind. And the voices in my head.
I was gonna say.
There's one thing I got a lot of, it's dementia.
Was that what led you to sign with WYW, or how did you find the company?
What do you think I found it? Internet. Isn't that where kids get everything these days?
I thought the internet was for porn.
That's the little whorehouse on the side. The internet is an informational highway. Looks like I know where you visit a lot.
What can I say? I'm a lonely man.
I would know. I've seen your search history. Whoops. That was a bit of a secret.
Okay, then. This brings us to the test match series, web searches aside. What were your thoughts on the concept and how they showcase the talent?
My opponents. Well, I'll put it this way for you. I don't see many of them as threats. And as far as the test matches, well, an excuse to beat someone down into the dirt and show them their real nature is greatly appreciated.
I'm sure you had a lot of fun.
Fun doesn't even begin to describe it.
Then this match must have been a ton of fun for you. Can you talk about the Full Metal Mayhem?
Well, I'll put it this way for you. If I had to choose the former or the latter, I'd have to say I'm going to be turning tables on people. Why aren't you laughing?
Hi everybody, my name is Gary Hebert with the World Academy of Hockey.
We all know Gary is a great skater and also a great stick handler. Enthusiasm is
hands will get better, your goal will get better, you learn how to skate faster and better.
Developing that east to west lateral explosiveness. So that lateral explosiveness is going to lead to a lot more unpredictability and elusiveness on the ice. You know, now you see me, now you don't.
You really have to develop those skating skills and stick handling skills.
So listen, when you come to my camps or clinics, what we're after is this. We want to build a complete player, quote unquote, from the blades up. When we're on this ice, we're here to number one, work hard, number two, have fun. If we work hard and have fun, ain't nothing else that matters, okay? Improvement is inevitable if we're working hard and having fun. Isn't that right, Nick? See? Nick, isn't that right?
If you would like to try and go to Gary Hebert's World Academy of Hockey, please go to the website www.garyhebert.com. Right there will be a sign-up page for you to sign up anytime, anywhere. Make sure to also check out the schedule page and check out the different events that are on there to see what it's really all about. Gary Hebert's World Academy of Hockey, the breakthrough hockey performance center of North America. From the blades up.
Proud sponsor of Weymouth Youth Wrestling League. Want to know how you can check out the biggest event in CAW wrestling history? Well, have no fear, because this bumper is going to tell you how you can do just that. Firstly, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're new, and make sure you hit that post notification bell so you're alerted when we go live. Wrestling has been taken to Twitch.tv world by storm, and Weymouth Youth Wrestling has decided to dip into the melting pot. So make sure, if you want to check it out on Twitch.tv, it's twitch.tv/Weymouth Youth Wrestling, all one word. Mixer has also taken the world by storm with its revolutionary streaming program, and Weymouth Youth Wrestling has decided that it will be partnering up with Mixer as well. If you want to check it out on there, you can check it out on mixer.com/WYW Pride. That's MIXER.com/WYW Pride. And lastly, there's Periscope, a Twitter-based streaming platformer that you can find on our Twitter page by following @WeymouthYouthTC. That's @WeymouthYouthTC, all one word. And lastly, if you want to check out any other updates that comes out, make sure you follow our Instagram page @Weymouth Youth Wrestling. That's @Weymouth Youth Wrestling. We will now return you to your regularly scheduled program right after this. Labeled one of the best rock bands in recent memory and future rock and roll Hall of Famers, Disturbed are back with their newest album, Immortalized, featuring their hit single, The Vengeful One. Other tracks on this album include Fire It Up, Save Our Last Goodbye, Legion of Monsters. The official WYW Gold Rush quarterfinal theme songs. Never Wrong. And The Brave and the Bold. And the official premiere event, WYW Immortal theme songs. The Light. And Immortalized. Download the full album now on iTunes and on Spotify. Disturbed, Immortalized.
Proudly sponsored by Weymouth Youth Wrestling.
Are you scratching, disc jockey?
I said, laugh. I can hear you. There it is. Hear that, ladies and gentlemen? I got him snorting. So I'm screaming.
Well, before we get to that part, can we get your thoughts on the Gold Rush tournament?
Ooh, you mean the tournament where the big, pretty, shiny belt was stolen from me by a little half-pint wrestler?
Yeah, I think that's the one.
Ooh, my favorite subject. I'll put it this way. This is the same tournament where that has-been rip-off stole my title. I'd suggest that you move on to the next question.
Okay. Alright then. I guess it's time to look to the future. Can we talk about your match at Immortal?
Well, first, your future isn't very long, I'd say.
Are any of ours? Can we get your thoughts on your triple threat table from Hell match at Immortal?
Well, let's just say my opponent's gonna have the tables turned on him. And I'm certainly gonna make sure he feels every single one of those splinters entering his flesh. Because I'm gonna put him through the table. It's a joke. This is the part where you laugh. Ha!
I have a weird laugh, what can I say?
Yeah, it's pretty silent if you ask me, bastard.
Okay. That better?
Yeah. I'll do.
Okay. Last thing on the menu. Probably a stupid question to ask, but you know how Jim Cornette is writing down these lists for me. Do you have a personal message for J-Bonez and Switchblade prior to the match?
Well, Switchblade, J-Bonez, open your ears. This is going to be a long one, and it's probably going to hurt. J-Bonez, I don't even need to try with you. You're not even a real contender here. You're a joke. Not even a good one. You're the kid in the corner who makes a really bad fucking pun because it annoys people and he thinks it's funny. You're the fly on the wall that people have been trying to kill. It just won't die. And Switchblade, you are the lowest kind of person. The kind of person who takes away something so excruciatingly important to another person and proceed to rub it in his face. And I'll remind you of one thing. You've never beaten me. And you never will. I'll be looking forward to putting you through that table and watching you bleed all over the nice white arena.
Okay, that's about it for WYW Off the Books. My guest, the Wildcard and Lancaster, thank you very much for your time here today.
You're not welcome.
Why am I not surprised? But I will say this, I cannot wait to call your match. It's going to be a good one. Especially if you like Carnage. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the Wrestling Encyclopedia Casey Gallagher, and this has been WYW Off the Books. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time from the laundromat, because I need a fresh shirt.
And a fresh pair of pants.
That comes later.
A table from hell with the Psycho Asylum. An Iron Man match of factorial proportions. Man
In this fight, I will melt you down to slag.
versus machine.
I calculate a 0.85% chance that you will win in your current condition.
Full Metal Mayhem. Colleen Horizon.
When you throw me into the wolves, I will return leading the pack.
Vera McGarden.
And I'll do anything to be the warrior on top.
For the Athena title. Best friends turned bitter rivals. Johnny Starr.
Don't get in the way of the star or you'll get burned.
James the Archangel.
I'm the real star of this brand.
For the international title. The Outsider Mark Young. The Executioner Michael X. For the WYW World Heavyweight title. 2 out of 3 fall.
Inside.
In a hell in a cell. WYW Immortal this Saturday night. Now available on these streaming platforms.